Hoop for the bop, for the bop, shabop, shabop. Hoop for the ram, and the ram, and the ding dong. Hoop for the loop, and the...
This is Scotty, my best friend. And I want to know what happened to him. We're more than friends, we're colleagues, and for 10 years we've been working on a monograph. And we were this close. And he just came over to Vietnam, summer 2012, to get that last bit of data that we needed.
Well, Ira, I made it. 9,000 miles, over 10 years of research, and I can assure you, sir, we shall cement ourselves in the pantheon of paleoarchaeology of the Mekong beeswax, baby.
Scott and I were together for about 2.5 years, and even though he was always so passionate about his work, he always made a point to be there for me, even though he couldn't be there in person.
But pretty soon his report started to get strange.
Ira, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe what I've landed on. You've been worried about funding for 10 solid years. You're not going to be worrying about it anymore, okay?
It was going a little over the edge.
And then he started calling me in the middle of the night, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He was just incoherent, just babbling about nonsense. And then he started mentioning gold.
And then he disappeared.
For the first day or so, we just thought Scotty had gone off the reservation. He was out there somewhere looking for the beeswax. But one day followed another, and no contact. And that just wasn't like him. He was my friend, my colleague. I had to go and find out what was up. Scotty's room. Scotty's a scientist. Neat, organized, disciplined. This place was a mess.
Who sleeps with a shovel?
What was up with him? And more to the point, where was he?
Ira! Swear to God, you back there in New York, sitting there behind your stinking computer, watching your stinking cable TV. I'm sorry, I don't mean it all.
Scotty's been here.
It was my only clue.
Din Tu Van?
I called her, made an appointment.
Dr. Van, thank you so much for seeing me.
My pleasure. But I don't know that I can help you much because I met Scott only that one time.
I understand. Just want to ask a question or two. Mm-hmm. It seems very strange to me because Scott and I are paleoarchaeologists. Mm-hmm. You're a local historian. Mm-hmm. So I don't really understand why he came to see you. What's that got to do with beeswax? I
really don't know about beeswax. Scott was here to talk to me about the gold.
Gold?
Yeah, Yamashita's gold.
Yamashita's gold.
Yamashita's gold turned out to be some crack-brained conspiracy theory about 4,000 tons of the stuff stolen from Vietnam during World War II. People are still looking for it. It's kind of an obsession here. But Scotty's a scientist, not a nutcase. No way he gets into something like this, unless he was actually onto something. But everywhere I turned was a dead end.
Why does it always happen that way?
I met someone extremely valuable, Dr. Vaughn, and she's put us in contact with someone who can bring us something a lot more valuable than beeswax.
Dr. Vaughn was holding out on me.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, but I think you do.
He was looking for a man, and I did the introduction. That's all.
Vaughn sent me to my next stop, Hell's Little Half Acre. In this canyon of wasted dreams, I looked for someone, anyone, who might give me a clue, might have seen Scotty. I talked to everybody, bar girls, parking attendants, shopkeepers. Nothing. But somewhere in here was the answer I wanted. the answer I needed, the answer Scotty wanted me to have.
What I bring you will be more valuable than any PhD, any scholarship, any foundation grant that you've ever dreamed of, that you've ever lapped up.
What was it? The alleys got deeper and darker. It smelled like slow death in there.
I think somebody's at the door.
This was the end of the road, all right.
Go home? Go home?
A lottery ticket? Someone was sending me a message. I was pushing my luck. I'm an archaeologist, not a hero. I left Saigon that night. I had no answers, but I did have two theories. First, Scotty had pushed his luck, had gotten too close to something. Or that he had found Yamashita's gold, bought himself a private island, and was living the life of a god. And that beeswax was off his radar screen. I hoped it was number two.